The Aam Aadmi Party and Congress are busy campaigning for each other's candidates with just 2 days left before campaigning ends for Delhi elections. While Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal campaigned for Congress candidate Kanhaiya Kumar late on Tuesday night, Congress leader and former Rajasthan Deputy Chief Minister Sachin Pilot campaigned for AAP's South Delhi candidate and MLA Sahiram Pehelwan. However, what's interesting to note is while the AAP boss campaigned personally for Congress candidates, top leaders of the Congress party such as Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge have not yet campaigned for Aam Aadmi Party candidates. Unlike in 2014 and 2019, Delhi will see a bipolar fight between the AAP-Congress on one side and the BJP on the other side. In fact, the robust presence of people in Nukkar Sabhas that are being addressed by the Aam Aadmi Party boss are reminiscent of the 2013 Delhi Assembly elections when Aam Aadmi Party contested for the first time and won 28 seats in the Assembly elections. We'll talk about this and what are the plans that these three parties have for the capital city. Mr. Surinder Singh Lali, political analyst and international affairs expert, joins us on the show. Shivam Bhagat, Congress spokesperson, also with us on the program. Mr. Sumit Peer, senior political commentator, also joins us on the show. Last but by no means the least, Mr. Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst, also with us on the program. Sumit Peer, I'll begin with you. A couple of things, facets that we need to discuss. Well, you know, in 2019, Sumit, you know, it was a clean sweep for the Bharatiya Janata Party. All 7 seats went to the Bharatiya Janata Party. But the challenge, Sumit Peer, for Bharatiya Janata Party this time around is, number one, that the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress are fighting it out together. In the last elections, they contested all 7 seats. This time, the ratio is 4:3 for the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party. And additionally to that, Sumit, all faces for the Bharatiya Janata Party are new in all the 7 seats. They have not, in fact, given the ticket to the same people who fought in 2019, which includes people like Gautam Gambhir, Meenakshi Lekhi, and Harshvardhan, Dr. Harshvardhan as well. Considering this permutation and combination, and considering the tepid response that we have received from opposition India Alliance leaders while campaigning for each other, what do you think Delhi is up for?
Vineet, thank you for having me on your show. I want to go on record and so that this bite can be played on 4th of June again. 7 में से 7 सीटें, 7 out of 7 seats are going to BJP. The margin might be slightly lower than projected, but all the 7 seats are going to BJP, including the seat of Mr. Manoj Tiwari ji. That is what is happening. Look, Congress and Kejriwal is a marriage of oxymorons. They know both of them cannot get to Delhi. So, साथ मिलते हैं. Let's see what we can get out of it. Now, I will remind you. I think today, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, yesterday, he made a statement. He said, look, bhai, you have Kejriwal ko to aapne court se chhod diya, but Adivasi Chief Minister, Mr. Soren, was not let on bail. So that means by the release of Kejriwal does not make Mr. Gandhi happy, who is his alliance partner in Delhi. And he is bothered about his partner in Jharkhand. He said, Kejriwal, aapne Soren ji ko choda nahi. Now, you see, this is how the real fissures and fractions within the alliance are. You remember Mrs. Kejriwal said Mohalla clinic model will be implemented in whole of India and every district will, every Mohalla will have a Mohalla clinic, and Kejriwal ji has not spoken to any of you because he was in jail. Everybody was looking to her, what is she saying? She literally read the AAP manifesto as a India Alliance manifesto and nobody supported Mrs. Kejriwal. Now, has Rahul Gandhi campaigned? Has Kharge ji campaigned? No, they have not campaigned. Rahul Gandhi, Kejriwal is the same person who has said, I will not have any alliance with Rahul Gandhi. I will do this. I will expose them. I will expose Congresses. Because of the corruption of the late Sheila Dikshit ji, he became the CM of Delhi. And remember that file he used to carry, 300 page ki file. I will expose all the Congress and I will say how Congress is related here and there. It's an uneasy alliance, Vineet. You might do an alliance on the paper, but on the ground, what are you trying to do? So what are they trying? Even by a combination of 4:3, they can end up getting 1 seat. That will be a big win. But ultimately, I'm telling you, they are not going to lose. They are going to lose all the 7 seats. The important thing which will come after this election is, Mr. Kejriwal used to say, "Bhai, Modi ji ne mujhe jail mein dal diya hai. Otherwise, I would have done this. I would have done this. I would have moved a mountain." Now, if you're out of the jail, you're out on an interim bail, if still you lose all the 7 seats of Delhi, your aura as a leader, national leader, is diminished, not as a state leader. And secondly, there's one more factual account which should come into place. Congress and AAP put together could not defeat BJP even jointly. So this is another fact which should be written in the history of Delhi. So is Kejriwal ji and Congress ready to face this debacle? I think Rahul Gandhi, Kharge ji understands the simmerings on the ground. So they are keeping away from that. They are letting the chota mota netas do all what they have to do so that their name doesn't get tarnished anymore. This is the real strategy we need. 7 out of 7 to BJP. Margin thoda kam hoga than what we saw last time. That is what is going to happen, including Manoj Tiwari ji ki seat. Kejriwal ji can try very hard. Now he has become a Ram Bhakt. He says Jai Bajrang Bali. He says Jai Shri Ram. It is all Chunavi what he does, but he is the same one when he got the invitation from Pran Pratishtha of Ram Mandir, he chose not to go on that day. He said, "Main nahi jaun." And if you see his karyakartas, they have given up, Vineet. They have given up on the ground.
Right. Shivam, how do you look at the situation? In fact, if you look at what happened with the Congress party in 2019, the vote share in comparison to the Aam Aadmi Party was much higher. In fact, the vote share went up by almost 8% if you compared it with 2014. What were those necessities or contingencies that mandated for the Congress Party to shake hands with the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi? You were doing better off all by yourself just a few years ago, especially in 2009 when you in fact ruled the roost in Delhi.
See, this is the beauty of democracy. And democracy is a word that is not going down well with the BJP and its spokesperson right now. This is an alliance of two parties that have come together to save the Constitution of India. The high-handedness of the BJP is out on full display in Delhi. Whether it is freezing the Congress party's bank accounts or it is jailing sitting chief ministers, it is out, the nervousness is palpable, it's out on full display. And we are running the campaign on the ground. We are going door to door and we are seeing that the alliance is doing exceedingly well. The people of Delhi and the people of the country do not like high-handedness from anyone, whether it be anyone. And this high-handedness of the BJP, this era of authoritarianism of the BJP is out on full display. And I can guarantee you today that the Congress party and the AAP together and the India alliance will get a fantastic result on the 4th.
All right, Mr. Anmol Panwar, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, also with us on the broadcast. Mr. Anmol, thank you for speaking with us and thank you for joining at such a short notice. Mr. Panwar? Mr. Panwar, if you can hear me, all right, there seems to be a problem with the connection. We'll in fact reach out to him momentarily. In the meantime, let me also rope in Dr. Abbas, who's got a very astute and a very intelligent viewpoint of what Delhi is going to vote for and why the possibility of the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party coming together could actually deal a few blows to the Bharatiya Janata Party. And Dr. Abbas, you have in fact mentioned this multiple times in my shows also. Do you think this combination is going to work? Because in 2019, including 2014, it's just been a very sorry affair for the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party in the Lok Sabha elections. Let's not talk about the assembly elections. That's a different animal. It's like comparing apples and oranges. Let's talk about why they have not been able to fructify, their own ways of politicizing things internally as well as externally.
Vineet Saab, you're absolutely right. So, when it comes to Delhi, some of the best political research scientists have mentioned that there is bipolarity of voters, which means in the Legislative Assembly, the same state of Delhi votes for an Aam Aadmi Party. And in the year 2014 and 2019, the same Delhi, Dilwalon ki Delhi nahi, Dimag walon ki Delhi, voted for the mandate of Modi ji, 7 out of 7 on both the terms. This time, I certainly do a change. And what is the change? If my good friends of the BJP take up the International Labour Organization report, they will know that 83% of youth in India are unemployed. Not just that, there's a very strong undercurrent against this ruling dispensation. You ask the farmers, the agitators, the poor, the inflation, the price rise, so on and so forth. Jobs is indeed a big issue, and today a large chunk of the youth population is voting and they will decide the vote. Also, of course, एक शेर याद आता है विनीत साहब, जुल्मी जब भी जुल्म करेगा सत्ता की गलियारों से चप्पा चप्पा गूंज उठेगा इनकलाब के नारों से. इंडियन एक्सप्रेस की एक रिपोर्ट आई थी जहां पे दिखाया गया था हाउ 25 leaders of the opposition in the last 10 years of the BJP have jumped ship from their respective parties to the Bharatiya Janata Party. Not just that, 95% of the enforcement directorate cases are always against the opposition. Nothing against the Bharatiya Janata Party. I'd like to know from my friends of the BJP, is Bharatiya Janata Party some kind of a washing machine? दूध की सफेदी भाजपा से आई, भ्रष्ट नेता भी धुल धुल जाए. ये कैसी washing machine है? Also, we need to understand many a times. Let me tell you, I will vote against corruption today. And the fact is, Ajit Pawar, जिसको बीजेपी ने, देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी ने कहा था कि ये इतना बड़ा हजारों करोड़ का स्कैम है, चक्की पीसिंग एंड पीसिंग होगी. आज वही अजित पवार आपके साथ है. Not just that, Himanta Biswa Sarma, Suvendu Adhikari. I can give you a long list, even from my state of Karnataka, Janardhan Reddy with a 70,000 crore scam. इसके पीछे कुछ नहीं करते. भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ लड़ने वाले मोदी जी, absolutely nothing, zilch, silent mode on. ये हो क्या रहा है? The fact of the matter is that India's public, the mandate is a very, very intelligent voter, Vineet Saab. Let me tell you, if they gave the mandate to the very powerful Vishwaguru global leader like Modi ji for 2 times, this time, there is a very strong anti-incumbency, and I'm going to be with you, sir. I'm going to exclusively be with you on the June 1st and June 4th, and you'll certainly see the difference. And I'll tell you why. Erudite speaker and leader like Sachin Pilot today from Congress party is campaigning for the Aam Aadmi party leader. Not just that, Arvind Kejriwal ji himself campaigning for a Kanhaiya Kumar. And let me tell you, this time,
Dr. Abbas, why don't you also corroborate? Dr. Abbas, why don't you also corroborate your enthusiasm and your predictions with the numbers? 7 seats in Delhi. What is going to be your assessment? What is going to be the ratio? And then, of course, we'll also go to Mr. Anmol Pawar as well and get his assessment of the situation.
Vineet Saab, what I love about you as an anchor, about you, of course, you are a dear friend of mine, but even though I'm your friend, you ask me the tough questions, and that's the right thing. Audience journalists must and should question all of us, me, Sumit Peer Saab, Lali Singh Saab, Shivam Saab, Anmol Saab, and I'm glad. And I will answer you that. I'm glad that I do my preparation before I come on your debate. So I did my preparation. There's a very senior political scientist of the country, Sanjay Sahab. He was on another channel speaking of this. If 6% of the votes in Delhi swings from the BJP to the Congress party or the Aam Aadmi party alliance, they are going to lose 3 seats. And if 12% of the vote swing from BJP, even if 12% of voters of 2014 and 2019 are not happy with BJP, swings this side, Bharatiya Janata Party will lose all the 7 seats in Dilwalon ki Delhi. That's my prediction, sir. And I'm going to be with you.
I like the filmy tadka that you give with your political and I like the filmy tadka and the Galib tadka that you give with your analysis. It's always good to ruminate in such a way. Anmol Pawar, thank you for joining us. The Aam Aadmi Party is in tow with the Congress Party. You have often criticized, critiqued and admonished and rebuked each other for a number of things. Now that you've come back in Delhi, the Bharatiya Janata Party feels that it is a lack of vision, mission and confidence, and that's why you've come together. There is no actually a sense of gains that can be made. How do you respond to this critique?
Vineetji, I think the people of this country are appreciating the fact that keeping aside our political ideologies, our partisan interest, we are ensuring that the democracy and the constitution must be, the democracy and our constitution, that is our priority, because the ruling central government, the kind of dictatorial attitude which the present government has, they are trying every means to crush the opposition parties. They have failed to deliver on any of the promises which they made to the people 10 years back. And now they are showing us a guarantee which will get fulfilled in 2047. What do they expect from the people? To wait for another 25 years? No one in this country can believe their fake promises, because a common citizen requires that his basic necessities gets fulfilled. Unemployment is at an all-time high. Inflation is at an all-time high. The infrastructure required for in government schools and the medical facilities, which are the basic necessities, they have not been fulfilled by this government. That is why people have lost faith in the present government. And in Delhi, the governance model which Aam Aadmi Party has presented in last 10 years, हमने जो कहा वो किया. We delivered on all the fronts, and we took care of people from all segments of society. that is the precise reason why in every assembly elections, people repose their faith in our governance model.
All right, but what explains your lack of luck? What explains your lack of luck in the Lok Sabha elections in Delhi? So obviously there is this binary that exists in Delhi when it comes to selecting you for the capital and selecting Prime Minister Modi at the center.
In 2014, we just had a run for 1 year, and in last 10 years, we have delivered on all our promises. That is why people gave us 67 seats in 2014.
Okay, all right. Let's get a response from Mr. Lali on what you have said. Mr. Lali, has the Aam Aadmi Party delivered on all of its promises? Though I live in Delhi, I'm a citizen, a resident of Delhi. There are certain, promises that also I feel are yet to be completed. Your take on this, Mr. Lali?
Hi, Vineet. It's a pleasure and honor for me to be here. But if you want me to say that, then I need you to dedicate the program to me, because the way this party has gone round and round in circles, contradicting every bit of what they initially claimed and then, eating a humble pie. But Vineet, I want to start on a little couplet, because Syed Asad Abbasi has touched that part of me, which I think best explains the unfortunate, the bonhomie, which is only on paper, and wait till the results come out on the 4th, on the 5th, they'll again be catching each other by the collars, because they'll be fighting each other in all the respective states. But शेर अर्ज है कि ना समझ लोग भी बहुत सयाने हैं. ये जो इंडी अलायंस के मेरे भाइयों के लिए है कि ना समझ लोग भी बड़े सयाने हैं, क्योंकि सिर्फ अपने मतलब की बात माने हैं. अब मतलब की बात ये है कि भाई, it's a theater of the absurd, which they say in English. But in this context, I think it's the theater of the absurd / corrupt. Unfortunately, when you ask them about their narrative and their agendas, they start attacking Modi. Bhaiya, India has evolved. India has moved on. Nobody wants to know problems. People want to know solutions. And I'm still wanting anyone on this panel to enlighten me. What do these alliances stand for? Because in one state they are fighting an election, and the other state they are literally exchanging blows. I mean, Aam Aadmi Party, what they're doing in Punjab is very different from, what they're doing here. But we need Congress की बड़ी विचित्र problem है. मतलब मरता क्या ना करता. I mean, a party that actually demolished them. It is actually eaten on their vote banks, and yet I don't know why. What absolutely intrigues me, a party with still 40 some seats is so beholden to a party with 0 seat in Lok Sabha. I mean, none of the even Rajya Sabha MPs from Aam Aadmi Party have ever stood for Arvind Kejriwal, because it was a transaction. And in a transaction, the individual who's purchased the product is not obligated to come and stand and defend. So this is one thing that intrigues me about Congress Party. And the other thing is, I think the Congress Party is suffering from what we call the Stockholm Syndrome. When you start loving the oppressor, when you start loving the guy who has gotten you to the state of misery that you've gotten in. So I think, Vineet, this tamasha is only going to go till the 4th, because there is not a narrative that any one of my beloved friends and brothers can say that this is what we collectively stand from, because even their narrative keeps evolving from one state to another, because one size doesn't fit all.
Okay, all right, Go ahead. Mr. Lali, let him respond. This is a debate. Let him respond. Go ahead.
Vineet ji, the fact is that they came in power riding on the wave of removing corruption from the country. Now, people of this country know that the biggest corrupt 25 leaders are in their party, and their own leader rolled the red carpets for them. They said that they will eradicate nepotism. There are a number of leaders. I mean, there's a long list of around 50 to 60 candidates who are products of nepotism and are contesting Lok Sabha elections. They said that they will give 2 crore jobs per year. In Rajya Sabha last year, their own member of parliament made a statement that they are able to deliver only 1.25 crore jobs in last 10 years. Which should have been 20 crores.
Mr. Panelist, there's a problem with your frame. There's no light. I can hardly see you. Let me in fact Dr. Abbas, come in. Dr. Abbas, come on.
Yes, it was, Vineet Saab, it was absolutely spectacular listening to Lali Singh Saab. You know, it's always good to find, even in your worthy opponent in a debate, such level of articulation. You also mentioned about, you know, the Aam Aadmi Party, what have they really done for the state of Delhi? The fact is, this man, Arvind Kejriwal and the AAP, redefined the education system in Delhi. Not just that, with the Mohalla clinics. Kofi Annan spoke about it. Who is Kofi Annan? The former United Nations Secretary General. Not just that, even the First Lady, Melania Trump, who visited the Delhi schools, had so much to say about it. They have free electricity, bijli, sadak, pani. This man has really shown Delhi. That is why the Dimag Walon ki Delhi 3 times in a row voted for a Kejriwal and not a Prime Minister Modi. Of course, they vote for a Modi and BJP when it comes to the Lok Sabha elections. But the same Delhi ke log बहुत smart or intelligent hai. That is the same reason why the public mandate of Delhi voted for this man, because this man works on ground. Simple jumlebazi, totlebazi nahi. This man indeed revolutionized the way governance is done. And rightfully so. We also need to understand, like my good friend Anmol mentioned, according to the parameters, 2 crore jobs every year, 10 years they've ruled, 20 crores. Kahan hai? International Labour Organization has put our country 83% of unemployed youth. This is really shocking to me. That is, of all the people, 5 people in the panel, 3 of them are unemployed. You know, on a lighter note, that is what it has come to.
Okay, Sumit Peer wants to come in. Sumit, obviously,
Price
you know,
rise is a very big issue.
all right, Sumit, the problem with Delhi is also that there are no recognizable faces in this particular campaign as compared to 2019. But even then, there were a couple of faces who were not as popular as some of their contemporaries in 2019. But the fact of the matter is that Delhi voted for these people because of Prime Minister Modi.
You see, when it comes to the parliamentary elections in India, people vote and work for Prime Minister Modi. The vote is for Prime Minister Modi. That is this problem. If you look at India Alliance, who is the leader? Leader kaun hai? And if you want to talk about something specific, you know, my friend was talking 83% unemployment as per some organization. Then there should be chaos in the road outside of say 83% of the youth are unemployed. Now our PPP is 14.75 trillion. Our GDP increased from 1.8 to 4.1 trillion. 83% of the people are employed. $670 billion of foreign exchange reserves, our 80% of the people are employed. Replying to my friend in the Aam Aadmi Party, there are alleged scams, liquor scam, Mohalla clinic scam, DTC scam, Waqf board scam, ये Mohalla clinic wala scam, schools wala scam. There are at least 6 to 7 scams which are including the jail board. Sorry, I forgot to mention, including the jail board that have been talked about. If this is what Kejriwal's legacy is, then what let the people decide. The problem here is I'm saying alleged scams. The problem here is that the people of Delhi, when they are giving their vote, you know where the buck stops. You know what you are going to vote for. You know you have voted for Prime Minister Modi. If Prime Minister Modi was corrupt and he was not delivering, tell me for the sake of God, why is Prime Minister Modi able to get votes from length and breadth of the India? How did he get 303 seats? And this time my estimate is 335 seats. How can he do 10% better than the last time?
Okay.
What is the magic?
Okay, Mr. Lali wants to come in. Mr. Lali wants to respond to you. Mr. Lali, go ahead.
One point, Vineet. And
Quickly.
Mr. Kejriwal, who said, Modi mujhse darta hai. Modi is a psycho fan. I am a threat to Modi. He didn't have one Lok Sabha MP at that time.
Okay, all right. We go to Mr. Lali and then I also want to hear from Shivam. He's been quiet for a while. Mr. Lali, quickly, please, 10 seconds.
विनीत साहब वो आए थे शराब खाने बंद कराने, अर्ज किया है वो आए थे शराब खाने बंद कराने, सिक्कों की खनक सुनकर खुद ही दलाली कर बैठे. Vineet, I want to nominate, I'll make it real quick. I want to nominate 4 awards, sincere awards from Aam Aadmi Party. Best Actor, Arvind Kejriwal. Kattar Imandar, just to add to Sumit Peer, 30 cases, not including the 7 which the MH spoke about, and 8 defamation cases in a school policy. And guess who's funding all these high-flying lawyers? Me, the citizen of Delhi. Vineet, the Best Actor award goes to Arvind Kejriwal for wearing that oversized shirt and the Reynolds pen and that muffler till you wanted the Purvanchali vote, but now he's evolved and he's understood that free wali vote zyada zaruri hai. Best costume bhi unhi ko hi milega because wo jo shirt aur wo pehante. Best script is Saurabh and Atishi. They come and have a PC at the drop of a hat. They shoot and scoot. हमें मोदी जी ने बताया, हमें वो मिल के आया, मोदी जी से बता गया, मुझे 25 करोड़ ऑफर दे दिए. Not a single phone number given to the investigation agencies because they are simply catering to this election. And the best director, Again, it goes to Arvind Kejriwal for sitting inside the Chief Minister's house.
Okay, all right. I want Shivam to come in. Shivam, quickly, Mr. Lali, we have a paucity of time. Shivam.
I want to tell the BJP and its sympathizers to not lecture the Congress party or any other party on alliances. Their alliance partner in Karnataka, we know what Prajwal Revanna has been up to and why the Prime Minister is silent on that. Number one, we want an answer from the Prime Minister on Prajwal Revanna. I'll tell you what's different now in the last 5 years. In the last 5 years, ever since they have brought the PMLA and made it into an act, as another panelist said, that the 95% of cases have come against the opposition leaders. And those leaders have been put in jail who have had the guts to talk against them. The ones who have gone into their party, the ones they have taken into and absorbed into their party, after saying chakki piecing, it is right in front of the people of the country. We are going door to door in Delhi and we are seeing that the people are sick and tired of this authoritarianism and the people are going to vote accordingly on the 25th of May.
Okay, all right, quickly, Anmol.
So the fact is that, like Mr. Sumit said, that there are scams. So they have filed around 250 cases in last 10 years. And none of it has been proved. Several raids were conducted by CBI, but they have failed to prove any single case in the court. And in fact, in more than 220 cases, the court has wrapped them and we have been acquitted. And the so-called alleged liquor scam, they have not been able to recover a single penny in last 2 years. You might have listened to the observations made by the Honorable Supreme Court in Sanjay Singh's case. The Honorable Supreme Court very categorically stated that even prima facie offence is not made out. And they must have some shame when they speak about corruption, because they are the ones who have committed biggest scam in the history of this country, which is electoral bond scam, wherein they took donations from 41 companies to the tune of 2,268 crores.
Okay, Sumit wants to respond to you. Sumit, quickly. Sumit wants to respond to you quickly. Sumit, Peer, quickly. Sumit.
First of all, if electoral bond is a scam, the second biggest beneficiary is your alliance partner Congress, जिसके आप अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का रात को campaigning कर रहे थे. You should not do that. And
the investigative agencies.
Secondly, sir, बोलने दीजिए ना. Second thing is that you are talking about the 220 cases. And let me tell you, last Friday in ED, when ED presented the chat in Supreme Court of Arvind Kejriwal with Hawala operators, you were not.
All right, I want Dr. Abbas to come in. We've completely run out of time. I've overextended. I want Dr. Abbas to come in now. 1 second. We've run out of time. I want Dr. Abbas to come in. Dr. Abbas, 30 seconds to you, and then we wrap up. Dr. Abbas, quickly.
A quick point. We speak of the electoral bond. Let us all agree here. If there is a scam, then respected sirs, if you mention that liquor is indeed a scam, then why did you take 30 plus crores from Sharat Chandra Reddy of Aurobindo Pharma? Why did you do so? Is it the proceeds of the crime? This man was charge sheeted and 6 months in jail. And you speak of scam? So आप भाजपा के लोग scamster से वही liquor scam के scamster
all right,
से
we've run out of time. Would like to thank all my guests for being a part of this conversation.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.